So, yes, it was meant to be a panel discussion, but we have improvised and making it a fireside chat. Very interestingly, we both Sandhya and I were discussing, Sapna and I were discussing, it would have been good to have had a corporate representation in this panel, because what we are talking about is, does CSR help in branding of a corporate? And so we would like to have heard what gains corporates have had by getting into CSR. But since both of us are fairly creative, we will represent the corporate sector as well. Let me introduce myself. My name is Shukla Bose. I'm the founder, CEO of an NGO that I started 22 years ago called Parikrama Humanity Foundation. We run schools for street, slum, and orphan children in Bangalore. I have 4 schools and a college, and we have started adopting government schools. So we've adopted 7 government schools, and we are planning to adopt another 10 government schools on government's invitation by the end of the academic year 2026. I was in the corporate world for 26 years. I was a CEO of a large multinational company looking after India, Southeast Asia, Middle East, and the Pacific Rim. So I think I can talk on behalf of a little bit of the corporate sector. So the topic today is CSR initiatives help in building brand awareness and recognition. So in the past, yesterday and today, you have had you've listened to experts talking about how CSR India is now moved from philanthropy and is becoming a strategic business imperative. With the Companies Act, you see companies being forced to contribute to the social sector. But the question we need to ask, and that's what we're going to discuss today, is, does CSR genuinely enhance brand awareness? Can a well-designed CSR program differentiate a brand in a crowded market? Our discussion today will explore how CSR, when done with sincerity and purpose, can build recognition and loyalty. So we couldn't have had anyone more apt, more suitable to discuss this than my colleague here, Sapna Ravindran, who's the Chief CEO of Cherish Trust. I had heard about Sapna when she was in Smile Foundation, and I'm really happy to be sharing the stage with her today. They have done amazing work in the area of enhancement of empowerment of girls, particularly in the rural area. But I will not steal her thunder. I will ask Sapna to talk about what she has done. And then we'll have a quick conversation, which was meant to be 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 15 minutes, and now I understand, Sapna, it's 10 minutes. Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. At the onset, wanted to thank Dr. Bhatia, his team, especially Tina, for year after year coordinating and getting us all together. You know, on a very lighter vein, while our topic is brand awareness and recognition, like I said, this is the 5th or 6th year I have been part of this brand. So I think there's some brand loyalty that is due to me too. I have been here almost all the years that this conclave happened in the same hotel and Yeshwanthpur as part of the panelists, on a very lighter vein, yeah. Like Shukla mentioned, again, the irony is there is no corporate when you're talking about CSR brand awareness. So there is NGOs responsibility, ownership, and also perspective from both the sides. Yeah, having said that, after the CSR Act being made an act and being mandated, we all know that it is no more philanthropy. It is very much part of strategy. So you have the CXOs being involved, been made accountable, and been made, and there are also punitive action against the corporate on a yearly basis. So, hence it makes imperative that the CSR per se is not judged by the, or a corporate is no more being judged by the products or the services they offer, but clearly by their social values and the social footprint they leave behind. So that's the social perspective. Yeah. On the other side, the NGOs, how it helps them is finding opportunities to clearly improve and increase, scale up their social impact, but meanwhile, partnering with the right corporates to build their, helping them to build their brand and leave a brand identity. Why CSR build brand awareness was the question that we had when we got the topic. So I will say there are 3 areas that I want to clearly mention. One is humanitizing the brand. The brand is no more a corporate commercial brand. How do you give? And I'm very happy Professor mentioned about the H part of CSR, or wanting to bring the individual part. So taking a cue from that, I'm talking about how a CSR and a corporate can humanize that, which means a connection to the real people, real communities, leave them with a brand identity. A classic example, if you would remember, is Tata's. And a very, most of us would have been left with a lasting impression of this ad of Tata Steel on television, where they mentioned everything about the community development, and only as a parting remark they said, we also make steel. So that's the kind of values that we are talking about. The second point could be more commercial, more inspiring for the marketing and the finance departments of the corporates, is the storytelling part. How your CSR could make excellent scope for telling the story. The story of your association with the communities, story of making a difference in the communities, be that with people, be that with the impact that you've created.
And Sapna, I'll interject over here. Stories can be a dicey thing, okay? Because when corporates are wanting to support an NGO like yours and mine, they also want numbers, right? And all that counts cannot be counted. And it's very important to sort of, for corporates in partnership with NGOs, to also look at the real impact that happens, right? Sapna, you would agree with me?
Totally agree.
Yeah. Because what happens is, a lot of CSR activities are to look good, photo opportunities, then to feel good, which is legitimate, where employees are sent to an NGO to work, and then they come back feeling. So in Parikrama, I'm told we'd love to send our employees to your schools, because otherwise our employees will burn out. But when working with children, they come back energized. But the most important thing is do good. It's not so much look good, feel good, but is it really doing good in society? And I think that journey is genuine CSR. You would agree with me?
Can't agree more. I will also take a minute, step back, and introduce my organization. In the interest of talking about CSI, I've totally forgot whom I'm representing right here. I represent an organization called Cherish Trust, who's more than a decade old, Indian not-for-profit entity, working in North Karnataka, absolutely rural villages, more than 95 villages. And this particular community, the demographic profile is large. Almost 70% are large number of scheduled tribes, including Siddhi community, who prima facie physically resemble the African communities. Then you have the Gaulis, Kurbas, and the remaining community are the migrants from Maharashtra, so Marathi-speaking people, and the minority-speaking Hindi or Urdu. So this is the large part of, and densely forest areas. So we were, why am I speaking about this? We are the one of the, 14 years back, we were the first player to move into this areas, working the area of thematic areas of education and empowerment. So those are our two thematic verticals. Under education, we have 3 models. We have what we call Shikshas. All our models are working with government school, absolutely with their approval, in the government school as remedial classes. We have Junior Shiksha, where we work with the children with English and maths. We have second, that's from class 1 to class 4. Class 4 to 7, we teach them English. And from 5 to high school, we teach them computers, so E-Shiksha. We also introduce STEM the last couple of years as part of the curriculum, and this year we are introducing AI. I heard a lot of you mentioning about AI. These are children who have never seen computers, so we work with Raspberry devices and monitors in the government school after school hours or before school hours. So that's an education component. And across all our verticals, we work with knowledge partners, be it Deshpande Foundation or any of the STEM experts. Coming on to the entrepreneurship, we have 2 models. We have the livelihood model and we have the entrepreneur, the empowerment vertical has got 2 models, the livelihood models and the entrepreneurship model. These are working with these women that I spoke about from these communities, same communities itself. Livelihood has got apparel-based trade, food-based trade and agricultural-based trade. So these are the classic, from the classic pickles, spices, rotis to quilt making, shawl making, vermicompost, sugarcane bud nursery. These are some of it. And entrepreneurship.
So do you have issues, since you're remotely based, do you have issues as
Thank
far
God you
as
asked. I have been in this sector for 28 years, the same side, representing NGOs, and I have always been interacted with corporates, be it the CSR heads or the decision makers. Everyone wants, I totally understand visibility, everyone wants at their backyard. Yeah. So you want within a 10-kilometer radius. When I speak about Haliyal, I know 80% of you ask me, where is Haliyal? So I have to explain, it's a 1-hour drive from, it's in Uttar Kannada near to Dandeli. Probably you know Dandeli and you know Hubli, so I have to explain that. So there are not many takers. But having said that, we have great, absolutely evolved corporates who are very conscious about their brand giving back values like Tata. So one of our largest the corporate partner is Tata's, who are funding our education program. The other partner is, we were talking about social shared values and talking about leveraging your core competency for brand awareness itself under the same subject. EID Parry, which is a sugarcane industry, has helped us to set up our sugarcane bud nursery for the women.
Yeah. Oh, that's fantastic. Okay, but since we're running short of time, and I think the audience would like to know our opinion on CSR branding, what do you think there could be pitfalls or risks of using CSR as a branding tool?
The mantra is balance. So while you want to leverage this for your branding, as long as you're meeting the larger objective of the social impact to the communities, and you're not just ticking the box, I think we have met the larger objective.
Sure. Yeah, I agree with you. I think I think corporates must understand that their role is not just as benefactors. Their role is as partners. And once that equation changes, I think the demand and the expectations from the NGO, as well as NGO's expectation from the corporate, also changes. I think NGOs themselves must position themselves as partners and not be, only the beneficiaries and ever grateful. They must also call the shots sometimes, to a point of being labeled as arrogant, but you do it for the protection of your constituency, your agency. So there are times when we refuse volunteering because we feel, while you're in school, I have schools, my children are really interested in completing school. We have the lowest dropout in the country, which is less than 1%. We got recognized by the government of India for having the lowest dropout and the highest attendance, which is 97%. So how has this achieved? Is because we have put our foot down for certain issues. We do not want disruptions to happen in a class to suit the convenience of the corporate. So those are certain areas where I think while it is very important for CSR branding, it is also very important for NGOs to also establish their brand. And their brand is excellence. Our brand is excellence. So I have kids who are studying in IIM Bangalore. I have kids in National Law School. I have students from the slums that I picked up who are studying in Michigan University, in Chicago University, in San Diego. How has that happened? Is because we gave them ambition, we gave them goal setting, and we also ensured that the corporate support that we got understood what we were there for. So therefore, you rightly said it's not just philanthropy. It is actual development work that we are doing hand in hand with corporates.
I totally agree. It's a win-win for both the parties because a right partnership with the right organizations for NGO, when you find the match, ensures beyond sustained funding and creating larger impact, also establishing your credibility. Like I said, I dropped Tata's name just so that you all know, hey, Tatas have checked us out and we are a credible organization. I do that when I go, for example, I go to a banking industry, I drop the name of 3 other banking organizations who are funding me. So that clearly gives me that mileage, the credibility there. Yeah.
So that's also your brand, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so I think I've been getting signals that we run out of time. But one question from the audience, if there is any, we'll be happy to take.
I just love the fact that, it was a pleasure listening to both of you. At times we do sprinkle in some CSR in whatever we do. So be it at an event, you would introduce a do good wall. So, do something good. So you've got, balls, and there are these 3 baskets of food, clothes, books. So you just expect the audience to, probably whatever aligns with them. Then you partner with Akshay Patra for food, whatever.
Yeah.
So it's good to kind of use CSR angle as a branding tip. Really good, does good for the brand. The other side is, at times with whatever media perceptions being done with these NGOs who've done embezzlement of funds, you're also a little cautious of, where to and which to partner with. So I think it's very important for the NGOs also to do that brand building, as you said.
Sure.
And because we do, I think from a corporate side, we love the warm, fuzzy. We want the employees to get those picture clicks.
Yeah.
I completely get you. When it's in the 1-hour drive, nobody would want to come. But on the other side, you do want to, partner. So I think it's the balance is the right word.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you
the
so
HR
much.
loves the employee. She mentioned about the employee engagement purely for the feel-good factor for the staff
true.
and the retention. So,
And the pictures you're so right. You're so right there.
Someone also asked a question earlier about how do you review a good organization. There are various platforms beyond your own respective due diligence. Accreditation to NGO Darpan, CRA, ATG certification are already the statutory reviews have been done, and there is some credibility there.
We are AAA rating from CRISIL.
Please. Thank you.
Thank you very much.